What's up, guys? I'm bringing you a video from my little storage room that I have. Some of you guys might find this room familiar. This is, like I said, a storage room. But this is actually the room that I built my fish tank in. But anyways, what I'm bringing you this video of is of this 29-gallon BioCube. I wasn't really going to do a whole lot on YouTube with this tank. I was just going to kind of set this tank up and enjoy it. But I've convinced myself, and I have a buddy that knows that I do YouTube, and he said that this, with my ideas of it, said that this would be a really cool tank to document. So here I am. This is a 29-gallon BioCube standard. What I did is I made it rimless. I took the trim off. All you do really is you just kind of cut where it's flush with the back part of the filtration area. You cut the trim. Gotta be really careful. I used a Dremel and went really slow, and I got most of the way through the plastic, and then I just got a screwdriver and just kind of torqued it, and it finished cracking it for me. I did that on both sides, and then ran a long razor blade all the way around the outside. I found that most of the silicone was on the outside, but I ran it on the inside too, and it just pulled off really easy after that. At first, when you start yanking on it, it's a little hard. That was dirty. But when you first start pulling on it, it's a little tough. And once it breaks free of the silicone that's on the top of the glass, the whole thing just strips off like a zipper. So I'm still cleaning up some of the silicone, got most of it off. What you see here is I was water testing the tank actually when I first got it, because I got it for such a screaming deal. I was almost sure that it was leaking, but it didn't, and I didn't drain it and dry it out, and the hard water here in Arizona took its effect on the inside of the tank. So I'm going to soak it in some vinegar for a day and then just wipe it down with a paper towel, and we should be good to go. This tank was a wreck when I got it. This came from somebody that was new to the hobby and neglected the tank. The back wall was all full of those, I forget what the snails are now, but the vermitide snails, I think they are, covered. It was disgusting. All the overflow holes were completely clogged. There's no baskets in the filtration area because I'm doing something really different for the filtration. I think I'm going to still use this nozzle, but so basically this tank is going to be an LPS tank only. LPS and ZOA and mushrooms, so softies and LPS. It's going to house every single one of my Akins that are in the big tank, all the ZOAs that I have in my 14-gallon nano cube, and maybe frog spawn and torch. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that alone, but it's going to be mostly Akins and the ZOAs. And then I'm going to throw my Recordia and Yumas in here too, because those things are just getting beat to hell in the big tank. And so that's what this is going to be. This is going to be the only rock structure I have in here. I kind of built what I liked and cemented it. I used the Nios Reef Cement. This stuff is really good. Just they say you can use it underwater. I really don't recommend it. It is an absolute mess. It does work. I've done it underwater, but it is a mess. I left this piece of rock unfastened because I'm just not sure if I like it or not yet. But this is going to be the only rock structure in the tank. And the rest I'm going to do black sand. That way it contrasts the Akins really nice. I'm doing really, really thin layer of sand. I'm not going to have any sand sifting anything in this tank. It's going to be fairly low flow. I'm thinking of doing one like WP. Oh my god. There's the MP, the WP, and the RW. I'm going to probably get like an RW8 or an RW4 and put it smack dab in the center up kind of high and let it shoot towards the front glass and do its thing there. But that'll be something to play around with. Lighting, I'm going to be using the Mars Aqua LED, full spectrum LED over this tank. And for filtration, I'm actually not going to be utilizing the compartments back there. The only thing that the compartment is going to be used for is for draining the tank. So I'm drilling the back, putting a 1-inch bulkhead, and it will be draining down into this Reef Dynamics sump that I picked up today for yet again a smoking deal. If some of you, oh, T5s all over the place. Got a lot of T5 bulbs that I'm going to be trying. Anyways, for those of you that don't know, Reef Dynamics went out of business and was bought out by another company. I don't know who. I was told the story, just didn't really care much to hear it too much. But it's a brand new Reef Dynamics sump, and basically because they're no longer in business, most of the stores that carry Reef Dynamics products are trying to blow them out. Let me flip the sump this way. So most of the stores are trying to blow out these Reef Dynamics sumps. So I picked this one up for 80 bucks, and it's a great deal for an acrylic sump manufactured, anyways. But basically, it is this chamber and a return chamber. That's it, and a filter sock area that I'm not sure I'm going to use, but I might. Basically, the plan for this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a piece of acrylic to bring this baffle up to about this point here, drill another bulkhead, and kind of have it drain into the return compartment like I do on the big tank. Or probably have it drain here, kind of like I do on the big tank. That way I still have room for overflow and I don't have this huge waterfall crashing over, and then that'll stop any of the you know, if there's any snails or anything from getting into the return area. This entire section is going to be all refugium. This tank is going to be solely run off of the refugium and the live rock. That's it. I'm going to definitely put some live rock down here. But that's it. No protein skimmer. I might in the future run carbon, but I'm not planning for it. I am going to put a manifold on the sump area just in case I do feel that I'm going to need to run some carbon. But the absolute main filtration is going to be the refugium and the live rock. That's it. That's not even live rock. That's dead as shit. I'm going to buy probably about 25 pounds or so of live rock and put it in the sump and go through a nice cycling process with this tank. And yeah, so some of you guys are going to be looking at this sump and going, hey, that doesn't fit under the stand. Yes, totally understand. I don't know why my camera is not focusing. I understand. This tank is going to be going in my bedroom, kind of kitty corner into a corner like that. And the sump is going to go beside a dresser, and the tank is going to be kitty corner in the corner. So it'll work out. The sump won't be a nuisance. I plan on making the overflow really quiet. I'm going to be doing a Durso standpipe, or not a Durso standpipe, but I'm going to be doing a Durso style type overflow into a bulkhead straight down, and I'm going to put a muffler on the discharge where it's going to be underwater, but it'll let the air escape without causing a whole bunch of bubbles inside the water. Because I need it to be quiet because it's going to be in my room, and I want my wife to like it too. So yeah, here's this tank. It's going to be a fun one. I'll document from here on out on the progress of this tank. I did not show how to make this a rimless tank, but I told you. Just kind of cut where it's flush with the back wall there, run a razor blade around the front, and just pull the thing off. The hardest part about that entire process of making a BioCube rimless is scraping the silicone off. That was the hardest part of this whole thing. So yeah, here it is. And I did get the Odyssey light fixtures, and I gotta tell you, I am not impressed. What I did find, though, when I pulled the retrofit kit off, these are the ballasts for it. What I did find is I already put them back in, but this neutral wire here was actually pulled out. It was really loose. So I think that's why that one was letting the lights go out. Once the wires got warm, they expanded and they just popped out of there. And then when it cooled down, contracted, was able to make contact again. I don't know. But that's what I found with it. And I did put a set of the old T5s in there, and I let this thing run forever, and the lights didn't go out again. So I think that was the main issue there, so I might clean that up and actually use these ballasts and just use the retrofit kit again, because the reflectors on the Odyssey lights, they suck. The fixture themselves, they cut off, you know, kind of how they arch like this. They cut off light. So here, I'll show you. Gotta be quiet. You can see here how the arch here doesn't allow the light to kind of come out more. It's like hard 90. And very ineffective. And it's just not that great. And I feel like the ballast Or not strong enough. These lights definitely seem dimmer. Here's a good look at the tank. Glass is dirty. Good look at my butt. Some docking mirrors. See those. Just a quick rundown, I guess. There's a red dragon. I can actually finally see it. Hawkins Iconata. Had to frag up my red planet. This is a pink lemonade, I think. It's a flash wheel, it's going like crazy. This is a Miyagi Tort. Here's this tank. But yeah, I'm not impressed with the fixtures. So anyways, I'll keep you guys updated later.